We are Georgia and David. We quit our jobs to travel full-time around Mexico with our 14-year-old Sheltie-Poo Meep. Our goal is to take a picture with her in front of 100 Pueblo signs.
In this week's video, we see a uniquely beautiful waterfall. We explore the town with the world's third largest monolith, and we enjoy some time at one of Mexico's largest wineries. But first, we drive to the lesser-known archaeological site of Huamango. So when you pull up, there's a little shack with the gentleman who takes care of the logbook. You see plenty of parking. And then if you kind of follow this stone wall here, you can kind of see the sign and the ruins behind. And then over here is a really fantastic view.
As you can see, the grass is about as tall as Meep. The archaeological site Huamango, as you can see, it's a little bit overgrown. We're going to go check out the structures over here.
As you can see, we're the only ones here.
Looks like this little pyramid has a wheelchair ramp. They're pretty advanced back then.
Well, that's a wrap at the ruins. They weren't the biggest site we've seen, but they certainly weren't the smallest. It was really cool, and we had the whole thing to ourselves. So if you're in the area, I definitely recommend coming on out.
Meep loved her little stroll.
She did. So we just found this kind of amusing. Right across from the ruins, someone is building a house. And if you look at the bushes outside, their landscaping is quite interesting with what looks to be a Bugs Bunny and an Indian with a bow and arrow.
We just drove about 20 minutes from the archaeological site of Huamango, and we are now in the Pueblo Magico of Aculco.
It is so pretty so far. Most of the buildings are white, and then they have these terracotta tile roofs. Really cute. But we are hungry, so we are going to head to go grab something to eat first.
So we ordered a mega cueca, which is a huge quesadilla.
Looks like a pizza. We're ready to dig in, starving. So the cueca is absolutely delicious. If you look here, you can see that they actually put cheese on the outside of it, so that way when they cook it, it crisps up and almost burns. So it kind of has a Cheez-It flavor, which I absolutely love. So super highly recommend to try a cueca wherever you happen to be in Mexico.
I ordered a ranch chapada, which is kind of like their take on a steak and cheese, it looks like.
And I got the cochinita pibil, which comes with habanero onions and rice and beans, and then we've got some homemade tortillas over there. So it looks great.
This restaurant is in an old building, and only half of it is remodeled. Alright, so we just finished lunch. It was a little expensive, but I think it was worth it. Meep led us back through the town center and on to the main church. After, we continued on to one of Aculco's main attractions.
One thing they have in Aculco is they still have the original clothes washing facilities. So when we would come here and wash the clothes in the fresh water, they have stones to kind of beat the clothes against. And it's really pretty cool.
Now we're going to go over and take our family picture by the Aculco sign and then head to a waterfall. We've driven about 10 or 15 minutes from the center of Aculco to La Cascada de Concepción.
It's a really cool location because unlike the other waterfalls we've been to so far, you don't have to hike a great distance to it. You just kind of park your car and there it is. So parking was only 20 pesos and you can get a really great view without actually going down into the cavern, but you can if you want to. This reminds us a lot of the Giant's Causeway that we saw in Northern Ireland. It has those same kind of
striations or
formations. It's really interesting because it's like geometric columns of rock. And then the waterfall just makes it extra cool. So I definitely recommend coming out here. I think that the drive in total was about an hour from Tequis, so it would probably be about an hour and a half from Querétaro, but really, really cool.
And the weather is way better here than it was in the Giant's Causeway.
Yeah, there is no comparison.
So that waterfall is being supplied by these little streams of water. You can see it going over the edge right there. So today we are back in Bernal.
We came here last year when we were staying in Tequis, but we left Meep at the Airbnb last time, so this is her first time in Bernal.
And she's super excited.
Yep, ready to check it all out.
Of course, our first stop was Bernal's strikingly colorful church. Per usual, we were hungry, so we searched out a meat-friendly restaurant.
So we ordered the kilo of arrantera, which comes with grilled onions and grilled peppers and nopales and tortillas and salsa. So we're gonna dig in.
The monolith background of this town is quite impressive, especially in our family photo.
So Bernal is known for their gorditas, and we got the sweet versions. I have Nutella here, and David has cajeta, and they are very delicious. We're sitting apart with quite the view. Meep, how are the gorditas? Meep, are they meat approved?
So today we're in the Pueblo Magico of Cadereyta. It's about a half hour from Tequisquipan.
So we're gonna check things out, starting with the two churches behind us. Right now we have stopped at Taqueria El Chino, which has a great view of the square and has like 3 little tables outside. So Dave and I both ordered the enchiladas verdes. and we both ordered micheladas and waters, but those have not come out yet. Alright, so we just finished our lunch, and the food was fine. The micheladas were pretty good, and the service was extremely slow. I think start to finish we were over an hour and 30 minutes where we had nothing. So keep that in mind if you decide to eat there.
Yeah, sure. And they had like little kids bringing all the food and stuff out.
Yeah, basically like a 5-year-old was our waitress, so it was definitely a little family operation. Yeah. We did do some research while we were having lunch and are waiting to have our lunch. David and I are planning to come back to this area. There's a big barbacoa restaurant, so we're gonna eat there at a later date. So for now, I think we're heading back to Tequis.
Today is a Sunday, and we just traveled about 40 minutes to the little town of Boye.
Boye is known for both its barbacoa, which is slow-cooked lamb. It's wrapped in maguey leaves, which is basically like agave leaves, and then slowly cooked in a pit. They're also known for a pulque, which is the fermented juice of the maguey. So we're getting ready to head in. Hopefully somebody lets us eat with meat. So we just tried to go into Don Chon, and they would not allow meat inside. They said we could leave her at the host stand with the hostess and she would watch her.
We're not doing that.
We weren't really comfortable with that. So we're gonna try around the corner. There's another barbacoa place, and then down the street there were like maybe 10 that we drove past. So we're just gonna keep trying.
Alright, so the first place didn't let us in with meat, the second place did. This is the Plaza de Barbacoa.
So Meep is happy, she's here.
And so we're starting out with the consomme, and then we ordered a kilo of barbacoa.
So the kilo of barbacoa has arrived. We get some cilantro and onions. We've got salsa and lime, and then Dave's got a handmade tortilla. As I mentioned before, this town is known for its pulque, and we tried the natural flavor as well as the pina colada, and we decided to go with a liter of the pina colada. It is delicious. There's a pulque stand. You can see all these tables, and then there's a bunch of different ovens, and so everybody has their own oven and their own tables.
We hunted for the town letters but didn't find them, so we settled for a family photo in front of Boye's main church.
So on our way to Boye, there was like a little checkpoint, and the military guy asked us to pull to the side, and then he spoke really fast Spanish, and I was like, you know, más despacio. And then he was like, oh, I just wanted to check your license plate and everything's good. I see you're tourists. You go ahead. And so we went and we had our barbacoa in Boye, and we were just getting ready to pull on the highway, and he drove by and he like honked his horn and waved at us. I thought it was so cute. So at least in central Mexico, we have found the police, the National Guard, everyone to be extremely friendly, and they seem as excited for us to check out the more rural areas as we are to do so.
It is a beautiful Thursday afternoon, and we're currently at Viñedo de Redonda.
We actually visited this winery last year. We didn't bring Meep with us though, so this is her first time here. A lot of the wineries in the area are only open on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but Redonda is actually now open 7 days a week. So we're gonna go grab something to eat at the restaurant.
While this restaurant is quite large, on weekends it is absolutely packed, so make sure you make a reservation.
Hola, David. We ordered a bottle of the Orlandi. It is a red wine, and it is a blend of Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon. And that is one tip that I have is we came to this region before. We tried a lot of wine, a lot of different wineries. And the Merlot tends to be a little softer and a little sweeter. The Tempranillos, the Cabernets, the Malbecs can be a little bit tannic, a little bit dry. So if you get one blended with Merlot, it tends to be a little bit better balanced.
So to start, we got gnocchi in the style of patatas bravas.
Me. What do you think?
So we just finished up here at Redonda. The appetizer was a gnocchi, supposedly, but it wasn't really a gnocchi. It was more of a potato fritter and a red sauce. Still really good. We shared the ribeye and we got a pizza. The ribeye was okay. Meep really liked it. The pizza was pretty good. The highlight of the pizza was the cheese, for sure. And then for dessert, we had a chocolate brownie, which was more of a chocolate cake, but still really good.
So Redonda, while being only about 10 minutes away from Tequis, is actually in the town of Ezequiel Montes. So we are getting ready to head there now and hopefully grab a family picture in front of the letters. We are in the main square, or the main jardín of Ezequiel Montes. We just grabbed our family picture and we're getting ready to go check out the main church right behind us.
Although this town is very small, they do have some beautiful artwork.
Where are you going? Do you want to go on a car ride?
Go. You want to go to a different town? Today we're in San Juan del Río, which is about a 30-minute drive from Tequisquipan.
It's not actually a Pueblo Magico, but since it was so close, we decided we would stop and check it out. We were able to find a couple of YouTube videos on the town, and apparently they have a couple of beautiful churches and a really nice jardín, so we're gonna go check it out. We asked around, and unfortunately, this town doesn't have any of our beloved letters. So we snapped a quick family pic in front of the church and then headed on to find something to eat.
We're currently at Finca Santa Veracruz Cafe, and I ordered a burrito, and Georgia ordered enfrijoladas con ranchera. We enjoyed a marimba performance in front of the restaurant. Afterwards, we made one last stop before heading back to Tequis.
If you liked this video, check out this one next, where we explore our favorite Pueblo Magico so far. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and we appreciate you following along with our adventure.